Hello everyone and welcome to my Bachelor Nation 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I didn't love that. The Golden Bachelorette's Chock Chapple reveals the most awkward part of Joan Vassos' relationship amid breakup rumors. The Golden Bachelorette star Joan Vassos revealed that Chock Chapple struggled when they watched back their season because he didn't want to see her make connections with other men. Joan and Chock got engaged during the Golden Bachelorette Season 1, and they've been happy together ever since. Although their relationship is plagued by breakup rumors because they're in a long-distance relationship, they're still a solid couple, and they're planning to move to New York City together, while also keeping their homes in Rockville, Maryland, and Wichita, Kansas. In an interview with Us Weekly, shared via YouTube, Joan spoke about Grant Ellis' Bachelor season and how the aftermath is the hardest part because if the lead chooses someone, that person has to watch the show back and see the person they love falling in love with other people as well. Joan said that she had first-hand experience with this when she and Chock watched The Golden Bachelorette. Joan shared how this issue could affect Grant and his possible fiancé, saying, "I feel like, at this point, now that it's all airing, this is a particularly hard time on the relationship. So if Grant picks somebody, and if he's doing happy couple visits or, they should be talking multiple times a day if he picks somebody. It's hard to watch your person be with all these other people. Even if you know that this was what you signed up for. And he picked you, okay. So you're secure in your relationship, it is still hard to watch." Joan then revealed how Chock handled watching her date multiple men during the Golden Bachelorette. She said, "And even like somebody like Chock, who's super confident, there were a few episodes that he's like, yeah, I didn't love that. I didn't love that at all. And the edits kind of, play a hand in the way it's depicted. They don't make things happen that didn't happen. But they choose to show things or not show things that promote a story. And sometimes it's hard on the lead and the person he picked." Although Chock didn't enjoy watching Joan bonding with the other men and kissing them, it was clear that he was going to be Joan's choice from the beginning of the Golden Bachelorette. He might not have loved that aspect of it, but it had to make him feel good to see how much Joan liked him after their first one-on-one date, how disappointed she was when he had to leave when his mother passed away, and how happy she was when he came back to her. After their meaningful hometown date and beautiful fantasy suite date, Joan knew that Chock was the one, and she broke up with runner-up Guy Gansard before he had the chance to meet her family. While watching Joan make connections with the other men was hard for Chock, it must have been very validating for him to see how much she cared about him from the very start. Joan's right that it's difficult for the Bachelor franchise couples to watch back their seasons. It's interesting that she mentioned that the edit can influence how people feel because the show can't possibly air everything that happened. There has to be a tremendous level of trust for the lead's final choice to believe that they're truly in love with them. It's especially challenging when the lead tells more than one person, "I love you," which is something that Joan made a conscious choice not to do. Hopefully, Grant will make good choices, even though the preview for The Bachelor Season 29 shows him conflicted about his final two women. However, as Joan explained, this could just be how the show edited Grant's season to create a storyline, and it might not be the whole truth. Grant can always ask Joan for advice about how to handle it because she navigated her journey with Chock beautifully. Joan is the gold standard for how to be the perfect Bachelor franchise show lead. Chock Chapple, one of the standout contestants from The Golden Bachelorette, has never been one to mince words. Whether discussing his feelings about love, adventure, or Joan Vassos, the leading lady who captivated the hearts of millions, Chock has always been refreshingly candid. Now, amid swirling rumors of a potential breakup between the two, Chock has opened up about what he calls the most awkward part of his relationship with Joan. "I didn't love that," Chock admitted during a recent interview, his tone both amused and reflective. "There were moments when I just had to sit there and think, is this really happening?" While he didn't shy away from expressing his admiration for Joan, It was clear that not everything in their whirlwind romance had been smooth sailing. The spark that captivated viewers. From the very beginning, Chock and Joan seemed like a match made in reality TV heaven. Chock's adventurous spirit and charming sense of humor perfectly complemented Joan's grace and sophistication. Their dates were filled with laughter, heartfelt conversations, and moments that had fans rooting for their happily ever after. However, as viewers know all too well, love on reality TV is rarely without its complications. Behind the glitz and glamour of rose ceremonies and picturesque dates lay real challenges that the couple had to navigate. The elephant in the room. So what was this awkward part that Chock found so difficult? According to him, it all boiled down to one surprising issue: Joan's penchant for public displays of affection. Joan is a serial kisser, Chock said with a laugh. And I mean that in the best way possible. She's passionate and unafraid to show it. But there were times when it caught me off guard, like when we'd be walking down the street, and suddenly she'd pull me into a full-on make-out session in front of tourists holding ice cream cones. While some might consider that romantic, Chock admitted it wasn't always his cup of tea. I'm more of a private guy when it comes to that stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love affection. But maybe not when there's a group of retirees on a guided tour watching us like we're the main attraction. Joan's take. Joan, for her part, has always embraced life with a fearless enthusiasm. In previous interviews, she's spoken about how the Golden Bachelorette was an opportunity for her to rediscover love and passion after years of putting herself second. When I love someone, I love them fully, Joan said in a recent podcast appearance. Life is too short to hold back. If I want to kiss my partner, I'm going to kiss my partner, whether we're on a mountaintop or in a crowded farmer's market. Her unapologetic approach to love is one of the reasons fans adore her. But it's also clear that it presented a unique challenge for Chock, who preferred a more subdued approach to public affection. Navigating differences. Despite this difference in their personalities, Chock emphasized that it wasn't a deal-breaker, at least not initially. It was just one of those things where we had to find a middle ground, he explained. I had to loosen up a bit, and Joan had to maybe dial it back a notch. Relationships are about compromise, right? However, as rumors of a breakup continue to circulate, fans are left wondering whether this was just one of many issues that ultimately drove a wedge between the couple. The rumors and speculations. In recent weeks, eagle-eye fans have noticed that Chock and Joan haven't been as visible together on social media. Their once frequent posts featuring romantic getaways and playful banter have dwindled, leading to speculation that their relationship may be on the rocks. When asked directly about the status of their relationship, Chock was diplomatic but cryptic. Joan and I have a lot of love and respect for each other, he said. Whatever happens, I'll always cherish the time we spend together. It wasn't exactly the confirmation fans were hoping for, but it also wasn't a denial. Lessons learned. Regardless of what the future holds, Chock is grateful for the experience. Being on the Golden Bachelorette and getting to know Joan was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, he said. I learned a lot about myself and what I want in a relationship. He also had a message for fans who might be disappointed by the potential breakup. Life is about taking chances, he said. Sometimes things work out, and sometimes they don't. But every experience shapes you and prepares you for what's next. Moving forward. As for what's next for Chock, he hinted at some exciting opportunities on the horizon. I've got a few adventures lined up, he teased. Stay tuned. Joan, meanwhile, continues to be a beacon of positivity. Despite the rumors, she's remained active on social media, sharing glimpses of her life and inspiring her followers with messages of self-love and empowerment.